Yeah. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, do, do. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. Hello, hello. That was a very short intro this time around, but that's just the beginning. I thought, you know what? I think that needs to be turned into an intro for a Penelope channel. So maybe we'll do that sometime in the future, but until then, it's mine. Anyway, hello. Yes, I've worn this shirt the last 2 streams, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't think I'm ever going to wear anything else ever again. That's just how I feel and who I am as a person. So on that note, let's say hello. Courtney, Russ, hello, and Carrie R, and Bree the Booker. Good night, Mister is here. AV Tom and Michael Coulter. Vengeance Demon, beep, 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 beep. It's the Courtney Brooke Show. We'll workshop that a little bit, but beep, 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 beep. It's the Penelope Show. McGuinevere, who fake out. Where's Penelope? It's not the Penelope Show, is it? Crap. I don't have any dogs with me right now. Penelope. Penelope. Oh, I need to turn on the fan. Hi. Look who showed up when I called for Penelope. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Penelope Show. That's not you. I have to turn on the fan. You stay right there. I meant that for you guys and for Chungus. I have to turn on the fan. You stay right there, please. Okay. I did not pull up any of my stuff. See, having a 4-minute intro helps remind me to pull up my stuff, and it gives me a few minutes to, make sure I have all my ducks in a row. I'm so late and the intro is over. Yeah, here. Let's yeah. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, do, do. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. Don't worry, that's just the beginning, though. I hope you keep the Mike Tyson boxing in the intro and boob jostling. I think I thought I had time. I know it was a shorter intro, you know, and that's the thing. I was actually thinking about that because I've had a 4-minute intro, and so many people complained about the intro, about like I don't know, they didn't like the song, which is crazy, but like they didn't like the song, or they didn't like how long it was. And I was like, I guarantee you, this little switch up is going to cause a problem. Take 2. Yeah. And you know what? We'll have to do another one if need be. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Penelope Show. Doot, 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 doot. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. It should be the Penelope Show, though. Everybody's got a complaint, but I don't see them doing it. Well, one of the thing is that that really bothers me is there's the complaint with no solution on how to fix it. Not even like this is what I don't like about it. Like it's just like I hate this. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't like you at all then. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you like, oh, I'm eating this food and I don't like it because I don't like the texture of this. I don't like the flavor balance. It could go, this burger would taste better without pickles or whatever, which that sounds kind of wild. Did we get a verdict in Karen Reed? We did. And at first we got pranked a bit. They like knocked on the door and were like, verdict. And then they knocked on the door again. They're like, never mind. LOL. But then they came back and okay, I'm seeing a lot of WrestleMania in the chat. Okay. It's a show business show. WrestleMania! Let's see here. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Taylor Business Show. I was not ready. Beep, 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 beep. It's the show business show. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. It's the show business show. Okay, let's get right into it. Because there's actually a few other things that I do want to talk about. We can talk about it a little bit later, though, because we got people here asking questions. Got a little emotional involved in the Karen Reed case, not Laren. But yeah. What was the verdict? I'm not spoiling it. This guy. Okay, so yes, everybody, guess what? Karen Reed. We got a verdict for Karen Reed today. And a lot of people were worried because tomorrow's Juneteenth. Court is out for the day. And in this case, if we didn't have a verdict, we would have had to wait until Monday for a verdict. Many people were also speculating that because we had to wait 4 days like last time, people were assuming that it was possible that we were going to have another hung jury. It was kind of a mess, especially when they asked Auntie Bev some questions about, if we find her not guilty here, but we find her, we're hung here. What do we do? She didn't answer the question, which for me, I would have been like stubborn as hell. I'm like, screw it. We're not going to be hung. Not guilty all around. She wants this bitch behind bars. She's not getting it now. Bye. But that is not how the jury handled it. A little bit more mature than I am. Well, la-dee-da. So. Let's go ahead and watch for the verdict. Whatever. Let's go ahead and watch the verdict together. Now. Oy vey. Oh, geez.
Will the deliberating jurors remain standing? Defendant remains standing. All other parties may be seated.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that 12 deliberating jurors and 6 alternates are present.
Yes.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, have you agreed upon a verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. May I see the papers? Mr. Foreman, have the verdicts just been placed in this envelope and have they been in your presence ever since?
She just, look at her. Oh my God. She just looks, I don't know. I don't even know. Like there's a part of her that looks so like at peace, just like whatever happens, happens, you know, like she's just like, okay, here we go. Now's the moment of truth. And like, we're not doing this again. So I have to, if they're going to find me guilty, I guess that's what's happening.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number 2282CR117001,
She's so
murder
pretty.
in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Ah, my eyes.
So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree?
Yes.
Thank you. 002.
There's
what
Turtle
say you?
Boy
Is
right there in the
defendant at bar
background.
Not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Of.
Is not guilty or guilty about that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
So say you all?
Yes.
003. What say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records that you upon your oath say the defendant on 001 is not guilty, on 002 is guilty of operating under the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated. Jurors, we thank you for your service.
Goodness gracious,
Thank
that
you for
crowd
your
in the background.
I'd like to come back and talk to you for a little bit afterwards, so thank you very much.
All rise. Jury call me.
Oh, her family is so like, so relieved. This is a really sweet moment. I'm having a hard time keeping it together though.
Media, please exit the courtroom immediately.
Karen Reed? Not yet.
Tony,
Hold on,
not yet.
hold on, everyone. Karen Reed. Ms. Reed, can I have your attention? As required by statute, I must inform you that the records regarding the charges that you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want these records sealed. To request that these records not be sealed, you may use the request not to seal form, which is posted on the trial court's website on mass.gov.
Yes, government
I
corruption
cannot
lost
accept the
today,
form
and
here
that's a
in
good
court. You
thing.
must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. Please be aware that if the records regarding the charges which you have been found not guilty are sealed, you will be unable to access the sealed record of the not guilty dispositions or any other records regarding those charges. If you want copies of any documents regarding those charges before the records are sealed, you should request copies from the court within 10 days. Do you understand? Thank you.
All right, so we need a date for sentencing. Can we do it next week?
And we would be prepared to go forward today.
Okay,
And they're sentencing right now.
okay.
So they've decided that they're going to sentence her right here, right now. They're like, well, whatever. She probably should move though, right? Oh, I would if I were her. It's so sad too, because she was like living the life that she worked really, really hard for. Like she was living in her dream home, driving her dream car, in a very loving relationship that she was, I mean, I would assume happy. And I don't know, it kind of seems like maybe things were a little bumpy here and there between them, but
All right,
had to sell
so
her
Ms.
house. Her
Giannetti, you ready to
Lexus
go
was-
forward today as well?
her Lexus was destroyed by Canton police. Sentencing for what she was found guilty on the operating under the influence charge, which is fair enough because like I think there was enough evidence proving that. The only reason why I think that I would still would have gone with not guilty is only because there were like 8 other people that night that were obviously driving drunk. And I think it was 2 or maybe more, 2 of which were cops. And one of them was driving his police cruiser while drunk. And so unless they're going to prison for this shit or they're getting charged with anything for this shit, I don't want anyone to. All or nothing, baby, you know? So there's that.
Yes, please.
Okay, Mr. Brennan, what's the Commonwealth's recommendation?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth moves for sentencing. We recommend a probation, 1 year, 24D program.
So the standard that everybody else gets on a first-time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay.
We ask that you be treated no differently, no better.
So I'm happy to do it. All right. Thank you all.
1 year probation, 1 year probation on docket number 002, the lesser included offense of operating under the influence, 1 year probation. Thank you. The 24D program is.
Please exit
Thank
the
you.
courtroom immediately.
So there you go. Karen Reed was found not guilty on all of the murder charges and was found guilty with operating under the influence. And somehow the Commonwealth and anti-Bev were decided to be fair and say we're going to give her the same sentence that anybody, you know, if there was their first offense, we would give them same thing. And so they didn't give her the ultimate punishment, even though they obviously hate her and just wanted her executed. They instead gave her the fairest treatment that they essentially had to. They had no choice, really. I mean, they could have given her they could have thrown the freaking book at her. They could. That's just, I mean, I guess in a way, because, you know, they were saying like that's what any first offender would get, but they could have gone worse with it. And then she spoke afterwards. Let's see if we can find this. So she spoke afterwards. Let's take a look. Justice, yes. But the cameras were on. Yeah, well, the cameras were on the whole time. We even caught Auntie Bev sleeping while the cameras were on. So there's that. All right, let's look at what Karen had to say afterwards.
Number one is I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years. And the second thing I want to say is no one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have and my team. Thank you.
You want to see it reopened? Karen, you want to see the case reopened? Should the case be reopened? No, the case cannot be reopened. This case is over.
Number one is I could not be standing.
I think AJ there kind of misunderstood what they meant by the case being reopened. The case should be reopened. They have not found the murderer. Right? Like, he was killed by someone. They've never investigated anybody else's home. They didn't investigate the home in which he was found, or well, the yard of the home, right? They never investigated their home, right? He was found dead in the yard of it was the McCabe's, right? Is their house? I can't even remember now. They all blur together to me, but yeah, because it was Jen McCabe that they approached first. So they didn't go they didn't investigate that house. They didn't investigate anything. I mean, they picked up his blood with Solo cups. Chrissy Mayer's boobs is here. I should probably get Penelope to say hi. But last time I called Penelope over this. You're so peaceful. Yeah, you're so peaceful. That's the baby. Look at that little doggy. Hmm. Adam Tweet. I haven't followed this case. Well, somebody who started covering it long before the media did is Aiden Kearney, Turtle Boy. He immediately was like, oh, nope, something's wrong here. This is not good. And if I remember correctly, this is a long time ago, but Penelope or Rebail. Okay, let me see if I can find her. I think she's right over here. Oh, baby. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. Right here. Yeah. Okay. A beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. She doesn't care. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Penelope Show. I love you, honey. You want to sit here? I have your feet. I have your feet. No? Okay. Okay. It's the Penelope Show. Should I start another channel called the Penelope Show? Just post footage of Penelope every day? Man, I should take videos of her on her walks. Wow. She is a menace to society. While drinking her juice in the hood. Penelope Show versus Corn versus Prodigy versus Farts in Your Butt mashup. Cause you have farts in your butt and got poop in your pants and it stinks everywhere and it smells like shit. Oh, we don't have swear words in it. Penelope's ponderings. What are you pondering? You're so cute. Yes, cut to Penelope on Rogan. See, I can get behind that. I don't know why he would ever want me on his podcast, but Penelope, hello. What would he ask you? Oh, you're so beautiful. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. That's a very catchy song. Beep, 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 beep. It's the Penelope Show. So back to Karen Reed. So she was out with her boyfriend and his friends, and they were very cliquey. And they were at a bar called the Waterfall. And after leaving the Waterfall, they all went back to one of their friends' houses. And I guess she didn't want to stay or something. So she left. She dropped him off at their house. And left. And then she got really mad because he didn't come home. So she was like calling him like, hey, you're an asshole. Where are you? And then she went back to the house to go yell at him. And he was dead in the front yard in the snow. Their friend Jen McCabe Googled Haas Long to die in the snow at 2:30 in the morning. I think it was the Alberts that broke their SIM cards and their phones and then disposed of them at a military base. And then the owners of the home and where he was found in the yard, they sold their home and rehomed their dog and renamed the dog. So now they're like, we think that the dog's at this house, but its name isn't even Chloe anymore. It's Corey or something like that. Fucking suspicious. First of all, you couldn't get me to rehome my dog no matter what. Whether I was guilty or not guilty of something, I'm not fucking rehoming my dog for your ass. No. So it's just crazy to think like, why did they sell their home? Oh, honey, that was cute. I was moving my hand around and she like was trying to snoot it. But if they weren't guilty of something, then why did they sell their house? Why did they damage their phones? Why did they and dispose of them on the military base? Why did they rehome and rename their dog? Like, why did they do all this shit if they weren't guilty of anything? That's just like that's insane. And then the evidence of her hitting him, of Karen Reed. So the theory from the Commonwealth in Massachusetts was that when she dropped John O'Keefe off at the house, when Karen Reed dropped John O'Keefe off at the house, when she reversed the car, she was going 24 miles an hour and hit him. And it didn't bruise or break his arm or anything, but it did send him spinning, and he pirouetted and flipped onto his back. And then it knocked him out and he died. He died in Haas Long to die in the cold. And then, but then also apparently when she left, according to one of the witnesses, she was hanging out in her car for like 5 minutes. So that meant that John was also hanging out outside of the car for 5 minutes before she left. So he was just, where was he? He was just dirt. Oh, she's leaving. Well, I'll get behind the car now. Like, none of it adds up. So, and then they used grocery bags and Solo cups to collect evidence. The whole thing's suspicious. Why don't you work in the legal profession? You need a law degree for that, and there's no way I'm even getting an associate's. It's Saturday. I plan to do adulting things on Thursday and Friday. I am very confused. Carrie, are you high? Okay. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Boop, doop, ba-doop, boop. Doot, 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 doot. It's the Penelope Show. Courtney has a PhD in tetherball. That's right. No, but Michael Coulter is. Oh. Oh, gotcha. PhD in ADHD. Have you followed the sus Minnesota shooter? Not really, but from, I think, hold on. I had something saved. about that. Oh yeah. The only thing that I know is that it looks like he killed a dog. Don't like that. Should we talk about that? But all of that to say with the Karen Reed story, after that, actually, so she's accused of hitting him with her car, all because she asked, could I have hit him? Then, so she got all these charges pressed against her. And then they went to trial last year. But the jury was hung. It was the same, it's very similar to the charges here, where they found her not guilty on the murder charges, but they were hung on the OUI charge. Except for they didn't know that they could be hung on just one charge and find her guilty on the other ones. So we had to do a whole retrial again this year, starting on April 1st, with, picking a jury. So, and then it was 8 weeks. And I have to say, to all the people that were like, the hell is wrong with this jury? It shouldn't take that long to find them guilty or find her not guilty. Like all this crap. Like, the jury instructions specified, please review all of the evidence before making a decision. Babe, 8 weeks of evidence? And you're going to sit here and be like, yeah, no, I could totally go fly through that within 20 minutes. No big deal. Get out of here. No. People just project their own lack of responsibility, their own negligence onto other people. Like with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, Elaine Bredehoft was like, after the trial, she's like, oh, well, the jury was tainted by all the stuff that they saw on the social media. These people don't understand how seriously a jury takes this kind of stuff. Because the second that you go through the process of being picked for a jury, and you actually start on a trial, everything is a waste of time if you get kicked off of the jury. Everything is a big waste of time, even if the case gets appealed because you screwed something up or whatever. They take it very, very seriously. I put myself in their shoes, and my whole thought is I will see this through to the end. And if somebody's life is on the line, and if justice needs to be served for a victim, it's my responsibility to handle this correctly. I'm not going to sit here and start scrolling through social media to skew my mind with this. Now, I might make a decision before the trial is over because I'm a human. But no, we're not talking about the case with each other. No, we're not making a decision, or we're not, talking to other people about it before the trial is over. We're not scrolling through social media. We're not doing this. All we are looking at is the evidence that was presented in the trial, and we're looking for a just verdict. And so to think oh yeah, no, hello, it's so obvious. Well, it's assumed that these people didn't watch the first trial. They don't know anything about this case at all, which is crazy to think that anybody in America, let alone in Massachusetts, would be in that position, but apparently there are. And to think if there's somebody in that situation where this trial was huge last year, huge, and they already didn't even watch the first trial, and now suddenly, now that they're on this particular jury, they're going to start going through social media. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. But either way, they're taking their duty seriously. And so what they're trying to do is follow each instruction, one of which is review the 8 weeks of evidence that was just presented to you. Hello. And then they actually all needed to discuss with each other whether or not they agree on it. And then they had to fill out the forms correctly, which were stupid. What's mind-blowing to me was that it was very obvious in the last trial that those forms were too confusing for a jury. Like, this anti-Bev bitch seems to think that everybody on the jury thinks in judge. They think in lawyer. They don't. They're a regular fucking civilian. They're not thinking in the process that you are. They're not thinking in court clerk. They're thinking in cashier down the street. They're thinking in salesperson at the mall. You know what I mean? They're not. They're thinking in mechanic. They're not thinking in court clerk. Come on. And it's like everybody in the nation saw how stupid these forms were, which no one's ever felt that way in any other trial. Auntie Bev didn't think like maybe we should change them. Nope, she didn't. And so then what did she do? These are the forms that we've used before. We're going to use them again. You're doing this on purpose because you get off on torturing this woman, this innocent woman. That's disgusting, Auntie Bev. That is disgusting. She said duty. Yep. The jury had to agree to shut out news and social media so they don't taint themselves. Yeah. And there we go. We said taint and duty. But yeah, there was a ton of corruption that went on in this trial on with the Commonwealth. That was another thing too with this trial that I found to be so interesting was that they decided to bring Hank Brennan on as the lead prosecutor for the Commonwealth. And he is a defense attorney, and he definitely was practicing like a defense attorney. And in fact, his closing arguments, he was like burden shifting because I think, forgot that he had the burden, not the defense. See, in a criminal case, the prosecution that has the burden of proof. Because in America, you are innocent until proven guilty. Who proves you guilty? Not the fucking defense. Still never summoned. Oh, did you miss the new intro? Should we show Sam the new intro, you guys? F in chat if we show Sam the new intro. Or I guess it's the rough draft of a new intro. Well, there it is. We got one vote, and that's all that it takes. Yeah. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. This has been an LB show. Do, 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 do. We're do, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. It's a Penelope show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 the Penelope show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. Just, updating the twits. So Mayhem Bear has discovered the chords. Okay. Ooh, this will be fun to do when I start learning guitar. Okay, Sam. All right. You know what, chat? Oh wait, hold on. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do is beep boop a doop boop the Penelope Show. Beep beep a beep beep. That's man, I have to admit that song is like addicting. All right, we're gonna do a poll. Let's see if I know how to do. Oops, start a poll. How many options? You can only do 4 options. So scroll up. On a scale from 1 to 4, I guess. One equals worst. 4 equals best. Is that yeah, whatever. How do you like the new intro rough draft? Keep in mind, it is a rough draft. It's not finished. Okay. Okay. There we go. So I almost hit end poll already. What's the poll? I just posted it, so we're good. Ben Ramler. Hi, everyone. How are you all? It wasn't that glorious. Which one? The Karen Reed verdict or the new intro? Or all of it? Do. The Penelope Show. Do. Man, that song is just. Oh, the verdict. Yeah. Oh man, if you didn't watch, well, I definitely I cried. I cried at first. Well, I cried both times actually. Because I watched it live and was like, oh my God. Just like the absolute relief that came with it, just to think like, holy crap. I don't know. Cause like I kept thinking before all of this, like especially when we got on Verdict Watch, I kept saying like, yeah, none of this affects me, right? Like this doesn't matter. Like she doesn't know who I am. I don't know who she is really. And like, so what does it really matter? What happens? Like if she does end up in prison for life, like I'm not going to be affected by it. I might be really frustrated with the verdict at first, but eventually I'm going to move on with my life and not care. Right. And, so, I try to like essentially separate myself enough from it enough, to kind of realize like there is going to be a point where none of us really care. It affects us all. And you know what? You do have a point with that, Morgan, because at the end of the day, like wait, hold on, let me address this. 3, if we can edit you out and just leave Penelope, then it's a 4. I will get video footage of just Penelope and I'll take the audio and overlay it and it'll be good. But back to what Morgan was saying, yes, it does affect us all to a degree, because when we start seeing cases like this that are this unjust and we do end up seeing people behind bars who shouldn't be, that is a big problem. Because here in America, the way that the justice system is set up, it is better for one guilty guy or 100 guilty people to go free than it is to have one innocent person locked up, right? So we do have to remember that is how the American justice system works. When people start like losing their minds and just want to, like, I remember somebody, oh, it was so funny. But long before the Diddy trial started, Milo Yiannopoulos was talking about the RICO charges. And he was like, Diddy is not going to have a fair trial. And somebody was like, he deserves to be locked up because he did all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And like, let's be real. Just because people are talking about it and saying that this happened or whatever doesn't mean that it's true. And also, if they're not pressing charges, then why the hell do I care? Like, if you are not going to come forward and actually take legal action, then I don't care if P. Diddy goes free because you're the one who it happened to. And it's not up to me to contact the authorities and get the ball rolling. It's up to you to do that. So if you don't want to do that, then I'm fine with that as long as the 100 released guilty can be taken care of extrajudicially. And I will say that the 100 released, the 100 released guilty, we all know that their first offense isn't their last. And so they might walk free. In one case, but we all know they're going to get caught eventually. Like, I'm still of the belief Casey Anthony, karma is getting her. It's going to happen. It is. She slid under the radar for a while, but we're going to see it happen. Something's going to happen, and it's not going to be good. That was really weird. Sorry. When I said that, it's not going to be good. That was just like it just sort of popped out. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And every time I try to get down a path like that, people are like, you're fucking schizophrenic. I'm like, no, I'm not. Trust me, I've seen enough mental health experts who practice in many a different field. And some Western medicine, some Eastern medicine, and all over the board. And guess what? I think somebody would have come forward and diagnosed me with something other than ADHD and depression and binge eating disorder, and then told me I need to go see a doctor for autism or go get a test for autism. Okay. So there's that. Anyway, I went on a tangent for no reason. What I'm saying is, with Morgan, when he said that it does actually affect us all, something like this, like, yeah, in the grand scheme, like when I look at it from like a personal scenario, I don't know Karen. Karen doesn't know me. I'm not directly affected by this if she goes to prison or not. Like, it's just whatever, right? Like, okay, it happened. That person's in prison. Is it fair? No. But I am going to go on with my life, right? I'm not going to dwell on it. And anybody who doesn't know her, it's going to be the same thing for them. But Morgan is very much correct in saying that it does affect us all, because it does. When the justice system starts getting flipped upside down and starts getting wonky, and people are getting locked up for things that they didn't do, we are going to be affected, because guess what? Karen Reed, that could have been anybody. It could have been any of us. Now, granted, Massachusetts, it is coming. It's I think we're all starting to see it's coming to light. Massachusetts is severely corrupt. First of all, stop calling it the Commonwealth. 1776 happened. It's not the Commonwealth. Break free from the UK. You're the prosecution, because this is America. Secondly, yes, it sets a precedent to fight against an unfair trial. And to be honest, like, those mental conditions are the perfect recipe for a YouTube streamer. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like ADHD, let's talk about creativity and being able to like keep up with the chat. Binge eating disorder, look at all the mukbangs I could be doing. Hello. Depression? Yeah. I mean, who doesn't have it now? Massachusetts corrupt? Surely not. Anybody here heard of the Sandra Birchmore case? Talk about absolutely messed up. And that was also in Massachusetts. I believe in the same district. I think it was also in Canton. But that's more corruption cover-up. I would be interested. I mean, that is actually one thing that I'd be really interested to see is how many cases are similar to the Karen Reed case in other states, and really look at the similarities with the district attorney, with the judge, like all of that, and really see how, yeah, and just like look at all the similarities and see what the verdict ended up being and all that, and like what type of evidence was allowed in and what it wasn't. Because it looked like Auntie Bev was really trying to avoid getting evidence in that made the Commonwealth look worse. Original name of the colony of Rhode Island was Colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Oh. Also, why is Rhode Island still a state? You know what we should do? Fuse Rhode Island with surrounding Rhode Island. I already forgot. It's so small. I should know, really. Fuse Rhode Island with the state next to it. What's next to Rhode Island? Crap. I feel so dumb right now. Connecticut. Or Massachusetts. One of those. Connecticut. We'll fuse it with Connecticut. And then we can cut Washington in half. Down, I was going to say down the middle. Ooh. Vertically. Honestly, it should be cut into thirds vertically because it's really just the middle of Washington that's the blue part. Eastern Washington is red, and then the peninsula is also red. So if you chop off like basically where those ferries start floating over farther west, and then you chop off. I'm trying to think of like, gosh, honestly, like I feel like the edge of Seattle, really. Because, I mean, Bellevue is pretty red when you think about it. All those rich snoots, you know? Split California. Well, should we just fuse Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut together? Or how are we cutting up California? Are we doing it the same way that I was talking about with Washington? Draw boundaries along the I-5 corridor. Change it to Penelope Island. Okay, Sam, I like where this is going. I think we need to come up with a plan. Sam, you and I, we're going to discuss fusing some states together and then chopping some other ones apart. I think that we could come up with, some good stuff. West Washington and East Washington and Mid Washington. Like, honestly, we would just have Washington. We would have West Washington, Mid Washington, and then East Washington. We should just call it Mid Washington because it's pretty mid. Most everything along 5 is going to be blue. Yeah, pretty much. Like that's the thing is like on it. I think that basically once you get to like the outer skirts, that like eastern side of Seattle, like right past, like just on the other side of Capitol Hill, even. Yeah, and even like that Montlake area and stuff. Or is that what it's called? Where it's by the U Village. It's just there's like you just start to get red immediately right after that. I'm something of a cartographer myself. I'm trying. It's really funny. Any situations I've ever been in where I start to look at a map of the world for any reason, I get so fascinated. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize that this thing even existed. Or, oh, I didn't realize it was like, this was in this location or whatever. Like I get very excited. I'm definitely not, I'm no expert, but I am intrigued. South of Tacoma is decent. But then you start getting towards like actual southern Washington, because like the Vancouver and all that, and it starts to get weird again. Tim F. Oh, Tim F is here. F in chat if we show the new intro to Tim F. It's a rough draft, though. Okay, so Michael Coulter says, I've never heard of the case. What happened? Sandra Birchmore? She was a 12-year-old in a Police Explorer program. And the cop, who was like the leader of the Police Explorer program, groomed her into a sexual relationship and then essentially trafficked her into this group of dudes, one of whom was her brother, and he essentially just offered her sexual services up to all these different men. And then she, got like a Stockholm syndrome type mental illness and ended up being in like a secret relationship with him into her adulthood. I believe she was 21. She was like early 20s. And yeah, he like basically pimped her out. He essentially was telling, like, there were text messages of him saying, like, do you want to fuck her and stuff like that. And Carrie, Police Explorers is the most boring thing ever. They needed to spice it up. Yikes. And MA has a point, you guys. Like the stream. Or are there more viewers than likes? That is unacceptable. We hate that. Why are you watching if you don't even like it? And then, so she ended up in a secret relationship with him because this entire time this was happening, he was married and had kids. And then she was telling him, like, I want a baby, so I want you to get me pregnant. She got pregnant, and they were like, fighting, not having a good time. She lived in an apartment. She was even telling her friends, like, he is not allowed to even like know where I live, anything like that. Well, he schmoozed her a bit, got a key to the apartment, and the next day she was found strangled to death in her closet. And then recently they actually just found out that the baby wasn't even his. I assume it was probably one of the other men that he offered her services to. But I think it seems to me that as she was getting closer to giving birth, he panicked but all this is alleged so far because the trial has not happened. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what's going on with that. I actually haven't caught up with it because I might start crying, but I was keeping up with that case. I'm really sad. With legal vices. That made me really sad to say. Don't cry. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this might say about trial. Because I don't even know. Sandra Birchmore returned. Okay, this is in February. Case returns to court. Okay, trial not set. Okay, I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more. But yes, so if you're wondering why I was very sad about that, yeah, legal vices. He passed away back in December. It makes me really sad. Yes, MA is here, so we have to gift her a membership. 404 trial not found. Yeah, I will have to keep my eyes peeled. Because I did see our friend, our dear friend who has no idea who I am, Aiden Kearney, was posting about how, although I think he got fucking hammered the other day, he was getting a little weird on the internet, but he He was the one that was posting about how it was found out that the baby wasn't even related to the guy, the one cop that is assumed to have been, what am I saying? Yeah, who's assumed to have been the one that strangled her. Okay, who here in the chat is late to the party and needs to see the rough draft of the new intro? Or how about this? I know F in chat. God, yeah, Jeff was like, we love him. That's one of those where you're like, are you kidding me? For every 1,000 bad content creators out there, there's one good one, and he was one of like the highest quality out there. He was he was so amazing. And it's a shame that he was like just barely to 100,000 subscribers before he passed away. It's so crazy to think like that guy. It's amazing to me. Like, well, not like in a good way, but it's absolutely fucking mind blowing to me that he didn't have more subscribers. He was just not only very consistent, but just so much fun to watch. And look at that. Sam made an attempt at gifting MA a membership, but it went to not MA. MA, we need to see your we need to see your settings. And we lost Ski Mask yesterday. Did he die? I'm not gonna lie, that's not a surprise. He apparently didn't like me or something. He was like shit talking my channel not too long ago, so I stopped following him because I was like, I don't fucking care about you if you don't like me. Always sad to lose nice people relatively young. I know. I already posted a screenshot in Zia's Discord, but I can do another one if you insist. I am intrigued. Or I mean, would it be easy to find? I can probably just I am a part of her Discord. I could dig through. Ski Mask did die. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. That is sad. It's sad that somebody passes away. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm also kind of not surprised. It's to say, listen, similar sentiment to when my dad died. Like, wow, that sucks. Kind of not surprised. If anyone cares. But that's really awful. I think I've already figured out how, but who's Ski Mask? He's like part of like the social circle. There is Ski Mask Media. He has a YouTube channel. Our dear friend Jim Stansel, he does Sports Mask on that channel, and they're pretty good buddies. That one is sad but not surprising. Well, I mean, he had like how many like booze-induced seizures for a while there. Like I mean, I could only imagine. I don't know exactly where he was as far as like his substance use was going, but I can only imagine how much his body just was like starting to shut down no matter how well he was taking care of himself by then, you know? And sometimes, unfortunately, that will happen where somebody will have a long history of a certain type of substance abuse or multiple substances or whatever. And then once they actually get on the up and up, there's so much has already happened to their body, and it actually almost is worse that they start cleaning up their habits because their organs don't like know how to function properly anymore. It's really sad. Ski Mask is Chrissy Mayer's third boob. I care about Stansel. I didn't know Ski Mask well. And that's where I'm at too, is like, I didn't really know Ski Mask very well. But you know, Stansel is my friend. And I mean, if he's upset about it, then, you know, that makes me really sad. Because I do care about Stansel. I sometimes wonder if he's a real human being, but you know. Yeah, that is really sad. Okay, anyway. So, Sandra Birchmore, we will have to keep an eye out on Sandra Birchmore. Okay, F in chat if we watch the new intro again. The nice thing is that the rough draft, it's only a minute long, so we can, it's not doesn't take a whole lot out of us. Boop, 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 boop. F because Chungus and Penelope are sleeping butt to butt. Yes. Whoa. No. There we go. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the behind the scenes situation. That's okay. Where they so cute, I know. The little bubbles. Okay. Yeah. Okay. A beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. I'm looking at the poll. It looks like some people really don't like it. 4 of you think it's only a 2 out of 4. Who are you? So I can ban you. Boop, 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 boop. Good show slogan. The introducing I still don't even remember what it says. And I just saw it. Well, kind of, I wasn't really looking. But it says, what does it say again? Introducing the mentally retarded, right? Is that what it says? Oh, I know. Now, you couldn't give a shit about this, could you? You're not wrong. That is actually a good show slogan. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? It does seem to actually fit the theme of the chat because it does actually, honestly, it feels like oftentimes I look at the chat and I'm like, nobody here is paying attention to anything. None of them could care. There's a reason people get flu shots. Flu shots and flu shits. Yes. That's like the book titled Helping the Mentally Retarded Know God. Oh, shit. What was that book, Sam? There was a book. There was that book. Dang it. I have to go back and look now. So apparently, I'm looking for it right now. I remember it was like raising a mentally retarded kid or something. Okay, you already know what yeah. They used to do lobotomies in the 40s. Yeah, they did lobotomies for like a while. One of the Kennedys got it. Wasn't it the mom? The like JFK's mom? So you guys, Christy Nome went to the hospital. We've all heard this, right? I'm annoyed at reading this particular article because the broad that wrote it, we're going to have to do this real quick. I thought it was his sister. So I was just reading, or I was watching this like brief like breakdown of the life of Kick Kennedy, as they called her, which interestingly enough, her name was Kathleen Kennedy. I think that was his sister, though, right? And she married like somebody, I believe, some form of royalty in the UK, like something of Denshire or something like that, right? And the whole family was like, "Don't fucking do it." And then, but she did it anyway. And then he died in the war. I was just like listening to this earlier today, so I should be remembering it. But the mom, it was like right before Kik got married, the mom had a lobotomy. I think, right? Let's look this up. What? Kennedy had a lobotomy. Thank you, other people who have searched this a million times. Rosemary, it was a sister. Rosemary Kennedy, sister of John F. Kennedy, had a lobotomy in 1941. It was the sister. Okay. Maybe the person that I was listening to, either the person I was listening to had it wrong or I was misinterpreting what was being said. It says Rosemary Kennedy, sister of JFK. Yeah. I'm going to have to re-listen to it then. Actually, let's see here. Do I have it in my watch history? Perhaps we can watch a brief breakdown of what the hell I was talking about. Boop, 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 boop. Doop, boop, boop, doop. The Penelope Show. No. Okay. Ashley's late. Does that mean we have to play it again? Haven't seen the intro. Mind sharing it again? Well. Yeah. Okay. A beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. So that's just a little rough draft. We're gonna. No, who the hell? Who's Snowjob? We don't know who Snowjob is. Do we know anything about Snowjob? Let's go to. Well, no, I don't want to go to their channel. I want to. It doesn't even look like they have channel history. Huh. Okay, so Ashley, if you love it, you can vote on a scale from 1 to 4, 4 being the best, 1 being the worst, how you like it so far. Oh my God, somebody voted 1%. Oh. I forgot to do something, you guys. There we go. And K-Max. Courtney, trying to help you get to New York in less than 3 months. Are we halfway to that goal? Oh God, we're at like negative 500% to that goal. I don't think it's going to happen. And that's okay. That's okay. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen coming up. All right. Do you guys want to watch this thing about Kick Kennedy, or do we even care anymore? Do you need $100, $200, $500 super chat? Well, the thing is, like, because I've been working like oddball jobs and like part-time stuff for like since I've been streaming, but I have to work full time. So I'm going to have to like work through that time. So it doesn't even matter how much money is put towards it. Like I'm going to have to be working full time. Oh, Penelope was cleaning chongas. That's really cute. She loves cleaning chongas. So, yeah. Unless, like, I win the lottery or, like, I cross paths with Jeff Bezos and he's like, oh my God, guess what? Like, I have like $50,000 that I don't want. Do you want it? I'll be like, oh God, I don't even have to work at all for a while. That'll be cool. I can just focus strictly on content stuff and it'll be great. At least for like 6 months. I can just pay all my stuff off and then I'll have like enough money to get me through like probably 6 months or so. It'll be great. And with between that and like stuff coming in with YouTube, we don't have to worry about it. But I don't think I'm going to meet Jeff Bezos though, because even though I do tend to leave my house, I don't really go where he's at. You never know. That's probably more likely than YouTube letting me have a gifted membership. I mean, my Keanu Cast historian account that never interacts with this channel almost ever got a gifted membership, which I need to make sure to change the settings because I don't want gifted memberships to go to my fucking alt account. That's stupid. Everyone wants to be her man, but not the responsibilities that come with it, like funding trips. Who's your husband these days? Shouldn't he be paying for it? I don't. Russell, hello. I like the point. I like that point though. Everyone wants to be. I suppose I assume you're talking about me, Sam. Everyone wants to be her man, but not the responsibilities that come with it. Yeah. Keanu even got a membership. Yeah, and she's watched like 3 streams. I don't know how they pick it. K-Max. A funny story I told a streamer once that the money is in merchandise, just sell merch. Her response was, I sold 1 sweatshirt for $20 in 4 years of selling merch. I still plug Courtney mugs and Courtney t-shirts. Yeah, that's the thing is like merch is only going to be profitable when you have a decent enough following. The thing is that it all will happen in time, right? You can't force anything. You definitely can't rush anything, right? So, I'll get to 1,000 subscribers when it happens. And when that happens, then like I'll be able to get ad revenue and money won't be such an issue anymore. And you know, if I could just get to like, I don't know, way more subscribers. You know, at the end of the day, all it is that like I have to keep working on it and I can't just expect everything to happen all at once. This takes a lot of work, and a lot of other people in my position aren't. A lot of people who've been doing this longer than me aren't anywhere near where I'm at. So, you know, we do have to take a moment and see that things are definitely in like a really upward motion. Why does Courtney get stuck at 676? To be honest, what it is that I need to be posting long form content on a regular basis. And I need to stop doing stuff that gets copyright claims, because the copyright claims throttle my streams in the algorithm, so people don't end up watching them later. But like I need to be getting like a long form video out at least like 3 or 4 times a week. So that's another thing too, is like I need to plan out better streams so that I actually have stuff that I can clip and turn into a video, and actually like make it something that's clippable. Like the Karen Reed stuff today, I don't think I have like a good start or a good finish on it. Like, so there's that. But I'll still try and like salvage whatever I can. Cross streaming is the best I've seen. It can help, but I mean, you definitely want to venture out and cross stream with like multiple people, right? So you don't want to just stay like in one place with like the 1 or 2 people. Like you need to like venture out. And I will say every time I'm on Zia's channel, my numbers improve. Appearing on Simpcast more. Kiana's stream, I probably won't be on Kiana's stream anymore. Her chat is too obsessed with attacking me right now. So if that ever goes away, I might go on her streams, but I don't think it's like good for me at this moment, because I don't want that around me. So I don't want them to know. I don't want to encourage them to come around here. But like Simpcast, I don't know what it's like right now, but I think at this point, like everybody who watches Simpcast that likes me is already subscribed. So like now it's just like fun for people who like me to watch me on there. When did they turn hostile? There have been like weirdos out there that started getting really fucked up and coming up with weird scenarios when Keanu stopped showing on Simpcast, but then I was showing up every once in a while. They were trying to say that I sabotaged her. So fucking stupid. But yeah, trying to say that I like sabotaged her and I was the reason why she wasn't on Simpcast anymore, and like making up crazy ass stories as like what happened. You and Keanu are cool. Oh yeah, Keanu and I are fine. But then yeah, it just kept bleeding over, and there's like a couple of different people involved that are just not involved, but a couple of people that were like separate from each other are now all like deciding that they all have some idea of what I've done or who I am or whatever. And some are very hypocritical. They hold me to a certain standard, but not other streamers. They think that myself and other streamers who are doing the exact same thing with that person, this one's supportive, but I'm not somehow. It's fucking weird. So I always ask where's Courtney at the beginning of every Simpcast. Well, you don't have to, because I don't know. We'll see because who knows? I don't know. I never know if I'm going to get invited or not. And oftentimes I just assume I'm not, and then I'm not ready. And then I'm like, well, I'm not because I'm not ready. Oh man, we could say his name is Push-Ups. It's not just Push-Ups. Push-Ups is actually not the one who made up the weird lies. It's some other freak. And that freak seems to think that I'm the one who banned him from Chrissy's chat, but I'm not. Yeah, weird enough. retard. There are other mods in the chat that don't like your behavior, not just me. Unfortunately, Kiki has some real losers in her chat. There's a lot of Ricada Dabbleverse overlap. Yeah, and that comes with the content that she wants to make, which is all her. I have no harm, I don't care. No love lost. Love it. If that's what she enjoys and she wants to make and all that stuff, you go, girl. Love it. I love that storyline for you. But yeah, the garbage bottom feeders that come with it are not my thing, and so I just don't want to be a part of it. So I won't. So if that hurts my channel growth in the long run, whatever. I'd rather never get ad revenue ever than subject myself to something that I don't want to be a part of. Lila Hart on her channel. She doesn't do anything on her channel right now. She's touring. She's touring for a very long time. Tree of Logic. I don't think she does a lot. She doesn't do a lot of guests though. She doesn't do like panels and stuff. She has guests when it's like hot topics and stuff, right? I caught like the tail end of it. I really want to watch it though. She had a phone call with Amaranth's husband. And what I gathered from the little bit that I caught, it sounded like it actually like was something staged and he chose to like be the bad guy. But smart woman, that Courtney. Yes, thank you. Well, that's the thing is like if I'm even just like watching stuff where people are like beating me up in the chat, I don't want to watch anymore. And I want to be able to support my friends and watch the stuff that I once enjoyed. And I'd like to be a part of it. But if what's involved is a bunch of people that I don't allow in my own chat, then I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to invite that shit over here. Now that I found the retard book, I need to find a copy. Forget the Unabomber manifesto. We need to cover modifying retarded behavior. Yes, we do. Is Courtney at 1 year almost? My 1 year anniversary of streaming will be on my birthday this year. Yes, the internet is full of crazy. Hey, that's the thing. Is like that kind of stuff exists, and that's why we have like block options. That's why we have ban options. That's why we have all that kind of stuff. Is so that you can keep the things away from you that you don't want around when you're on the internet. It's great. So it'd be very stupid of me though to be like, yeah, let me go be on this channel like as a guest and put myself on display in front of all the people that only want to talk shit about me, which by the way, I don't ever think about them. Yet for some reason, apparently, if they're watching somebody else's stream, all they want to do is talk about me, which is incredible because I don't think about them ever. Some bitch I know, Lauren. Does she have guests? I like her a lot. We follow each other on Twitter. Dude, she just like banger tweet after banger tweet after banger tweet. Like every time I'm like, this woman is a friggin' genius. It's just like, I apologize, Chrissy's boobs. Penelope has decided to be in the corner. Weren't you on with Lauren last time? I was on Simpcast with Lauren very recently. It might have been the last time I was on there. Was it the last time I was on there? I don't remember now. But she is really funny and extremely, very, very smart. I rock her a lot. Anyway, I mean, I do think that it's good to be on different channels and like get exposure to different audiences. If you want to get eyes on you, it's just there are certain areas that I definitely am going to not really want to be a part of because I'm already aware of what that audience is going to be like. And I don't want them finding me. Or I don't want to I at least don't want to invite them to show up. I don't know why or what exactly you said, but it made me think, it made the song Helena by Misfits pop into my head. Hold on. Have I heard it? Maybe, maybe not. What the fuck is she talking about? Whose audience? What I'm saying, Russell Hall, is because they're talking about like me going on different channels and stuff. I'm just saying, like, I have to be mindful because there are certain people that have certain types of audiences that I don't like. It's really funny. As I was reading this, the song, I have the song playing, but of course I'm not going to show it because copyright. And that line was playing. Courtney, you should have guessed. I was actually thinking that of the opposite today because the thing is, like, I need somebody else to be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff in order for everything to flow properly. It's very difficult to do this all my own. Like trying to schedule people to be on the show, making thumbnails, putting together topics, trying to clip content. I can't do all of that. And so I was actually thinking, like, I need to cancel StreamYard and just use like Stream Elements or something, which I'm not good at using, but because I just need to use like just a free thing and not pay for a streaming service that I'm not even using like the majority of the features on. Russell Hall. This is the internet, Courtney. We're all horrible. Yeah, and enjoy your band. Well, I'm glad I discovered your channel before all the haters went after you. Oh, I mean, there's going to be haters no matter what, but you know, it just means that wherever they lurk, I'm just not going to be there. Frank does a lot for Chrissy, right? Yeah, he does a lot of like the booking and stuff, I believe. I think. But that's why I haven't even planned like it's part of the reason why I haven't even planned like 100 stream celebrations. Because first of all, sitting still for too long is very painful. But secondly, I'm just like overwhelmed with thinking like, okay, I have to reach out to all these different people, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do I do this? Like, who am I going to reach out to? What do I do? Like, and I don't want to invite anyone at all. I'll just be on my own. Yeah. Don't forget Fealty. Yeah. He's doing like thumbnail, or I think Frank and Fealty both make thumbnails, I think something like that, but he does all the clipping and stuff. So it's like, yeah, if I had people doing that, things would be fine. Like I could just hop on and be like, look at me, I'm a turd. But unfortunately, I'm doing it on my own. Therefore, we just have to deal with what I'm offering at the time. So what you're saying is you need a gasp community behind you. I know, isn't that crazy? But what are you gonna do? That's a job for Field. I'm sure of it. Well, yeah, he does get paid, and like I don't even have money for myself. I'm not gonna pay somebody else to do this, so I just have to just work with what I got. Myself. Aladdin's dog floating. Yeah. Yeah, that's Chooch. That's Shanga Choo. She is. That's what she does. She's my talented little baby. Wait, what? But of what? He doesn't sit and watch a whole stream. He just stands and stares and go, we're talking about. Huh? Help. Okay, Max. Where's my, oh, there. Hillary Clinton. Wow, we're starting this on off strong. Hillary Clinton said it takes a village in her book on raising a child. What Courtney is saying is it takes a village to become a big streamer. Half teasing, but how true? Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing: a broken clock can be right twice a day. I mean, when it takes a village to raise a child, that is very true as well. It, believe it or not, it takes a village to get anything going, really. Oh, so. I mean, the thing is, like, to get things going, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta be crappy. You gotta struggle and do all the crap that you don't really feel like doing, and eventually things will happen. But all right, because you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. I voted one on the poll. I missed it. What the hell is wrong with you? You could just ask to watch it. We've played it like 5 times or 6 times now. Where were you all those times that we watched it? But secondly, why couldn't you ask to watch it? K-Max, I don't know what this is in reference to. Politically, I thought you sometimes sound libertarian a bit. I feel like for the most part, that's kind of where I'm at my core. Like the what's the word I'm looking for? But like that conviction of, you know, grown adults, you know, do whatever you feel like, as long as kids, you know, the vulnerable, right? Kids, animals, disabled aren't being harmed. Okay, leave the vulnerable alone and do whatever you want. You want to go get hammered, fine. If you want to get married, fine. If you want to fuck, do whatever drug. I don't care. But if other people are being harmed in any way, I don't like it. And especially if you're trying to get kids, animals, or disabled, vulnerable people involved, I don't like that either. Now, as far as so that's like lawfully speaking. Morally speaking, I am a little bit different, where I tend to be a bit of like, there are certain things that I prefer not to have around me, or maybe have around me in like smaller doses, because I prefer my own personal life to be a certain way, right? So sometimes I can be a bit of a prude, I guess. I just don't think I'm like necessarily like a Christian conservative type. There's just every once in a while I'm kind of like, well, you know, like when I always say, for example, like with abortion, that's one thing that sticks out to me. I'm like, yeah, abortion, I'm fine with it being legal. Like, obviously, especially where we're at right now, like trying to ban that is like insane. Is that going to be my first solution if somebody I know is pregnant? Am I going to be like, oh, we got to go to the clinic? No, my first solution, like my first thought is like, okay, you know, where are you at in life? What are your needs? What resources can we use? Yada, yada. My very first solution before even getting pregnant is contraceptives. Let's make sure we're using those. If we win the lottery, we will hit the like button for you while we eat fine cheeses. Oh, yay. Well, I hope you win the lottery then. Your moral compass, as it were. Yeah, it's just, I mean, lawfully speaking, though, it's like, you know, grown adults in America are free to do whatever the hell we want. Like, laws need to reflect that. As long as there isn't harm being caused and, you know, the vulnerable aren't involved. However, morally speaking. I'm probably not just going to fucking whatever, man. You know, in a lot of cases. The pandemic and everything that came with it disabused me of any lingering libertarianism I might have still had. Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I would much rather lean like hella conservative, just because look what happens if you go a little too liberal, or if you even like go slightly liberal. It just seems like things have just gone, the wheels have freaking fallen off. Oh, it went too far. I'd rather, I don't like it. Would you say the final solution? Abortion would be the final solution, I suppose. NZ guy, Courtney looking sexy. Thank you. I don't think I'm ever going to take this shirt off ever again. It's very comfortable. Actually, no, I take it back. I do have to remove it at night because the zippers are not comfortable for the dogs when they want to cuddle. This one, I was cuddling with Chungus and it like bumped her eye. My baby. And she rolled away. Nothing radicalizes sensible people like progressive nut jobs. It's true. It's so true. Like just thinking like, yeah, whatever. Like I understand when like this is, legal. I want to understand why like this should be available or whatever. And if we can do this reasonably, then we can handle it. Like even when it comes to like trans people using the bathroom, like I remember like I had a trans friend. We were out to lunch somewhere and we both went to the bathroom in the women's bathroom. Nothing happened, right? No one was hurt, whatever. And we were in like downtown Seattle. And all I could think was like, yeah, all of that makes sense. We're in an area where everybody there is completely fine with that. There's nobody there that's going to be uncomfortable with it. We know where we're at. We know that like there's nobody here is going to feel uncomfortable with it. Nobody here is going to like have an issue with it, right? Or another time I was at a Victoria's Secret in Seattle when I was really young. Like I was like early 20s, I think. And this girl went to go like try on some stuff. And she was like, can I bring my boyfriend in the dressing room with me? And all I could think was like, as I'm standing there waiting for my room, I'm like, who gives a shit? He's just going to be in the room with you. Like, why do I care if you're going to be there? Right. But the thing is like where I live right now, if I'm going into a women's dressing room, I'm not expecting for a male voice to be in that same room. It's going to startle me. It's going to freak me out. If I see somebody, if I'm in a public restroom and I'm coming out to wash my hands and I see somebody if somebody with an Adam's apple and a male's voice, it's going to startle me. I'm not in an area where I'm expecting something like that to happen. But here right now, who I am right now, if I were to go to Capitol Hill in Seattle and go to use a public restroom, I already know what's going to happen and I don't care. Like, I'm definitely not going to I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to be like, what is going on? Cause I'm already aware, like, this is their place. This is where I fully expect to see a bunch of gay dudes making out. I fully expect to find trans women in the bathroom. And who am I to start throwing a tantrum? If any of that makes me uncomfortable, whatever. Like, if I don't like it, I will leave. Right. If I don't like it, I'm just not going to go there. And I feel like, to me, that seems very reasonable. In certain areas in the state that you live in, there has to be at least one liberal area, I'm sure, of most places, where you're going to find like a bunch of gay dudes making out. You're going to find trans women in the bathroom. And it just is like, well, yeah, that's where these kinds of things happen, though. And it's fine for it to be there and for you to not speak up and be like, I can't believe this is happening, because that's not your territory. Your territory is elsewhere. But in your territory, yeah, I could see where it would be startling and be very uncomfortable and you would want to speak up. So that's like parts of the Castro in San Francisco. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I get it. I think that that's perfectly acceptable. I don't see any issue with that. But I think that there is issue with, oh my God, I need to actually deep dive this situation, because it was really disgusting what I discovered. But Lily Tino going into Disney parks, going into women's restrooms, and then filming in women's restrooms. That, I don't like that at all. That is That is a park designed for children and families. I'm totally fine with adults wanting to go to Disney. I get it. Cause like I've been to Disneyland once. I'm slurring my words. I've been to Disneyland once. I really enjoyed it. I like a good theme park, right? I love a good roller coaster. I like having a good time. And if I'm super loaded, which I'm not, I want to spend too much money on food and some merch and have a good time. I think that I don't understand the need to go all the time, but it's a fun time when you go. But what I don't want from an adult going to Disneyland is taking videos and pictures in bathrooms because there are children in there, and you know that there are children in there, and that's disgusting. Disney adults are creepy. Friendship confession. I'm a Disney adult. You know who else is a Disney adult? Ashton Blaze. But yeah. Evidently, Oregon State House of Reps had drag queens dancing today. Yikes! See, and that's another thing too. Is like pride flags on the White House. Why are we doing that? No, we when we're doing that kind of stuff, you're singling people out. We need flags for every demographic, every race, every sexual orientation, everything. If you're going to be doing this shit, we do. I'm sorry, but America needs to represent all of America, not just one group. So the American flag, and that's it. Thank you. Bye bye. And that's what it comes like when it comes to representatives of your state and in your city. we can't be doing this crap because again, you're singling a group of people out. You're not representing everybody. You're only representing one group of people. You need to actually not show your bias so much and be a public servant to everybody. But yeah, no, that's the thing is like 10 or so years ago, that whole experience of, being in the soul of Seattle, very much expected for anything to happen, right? Like I would go into public restrooms. I mean, granted, this would be like at bars and stuff. People would be like having threesomes and stuff in the stall next to me. Yeah, guess what? That's what happens in a bar on Capitol Hill in Seattle. Just what are you gonna do? However, if that were happening like where I'm at or any of those outskirts, like, yeah, I'm calling the police. This is not supposed to happen here. No. Like I'm here for a reason. And when I want to go have my goofy experience, genderly ambiguous people having orgies in the bathroom, I will go to Capitol Hill in Seattle. Drag shows are a good example of niche entertainment that was forced into the mainstream for no reason. And some drag queens hate it because of mainstream, hate it becoming mainstream. Yeah. It never needed to become mainstream. Like, think about it this way. Drag is men dressing up as women and doing a burlesque show. So do we want women with nipple tassels in a thong reading a book to little kids? Do we want women doing burlesque at a political event? Like, we have to put that into perspective, because the thing is, like, I enjoy a good drag show. I went to a really cool cabaret show for New Year's one year. It was awesome. I felt like I was in the birdcage itself. It was great. It can be very entertaining for grown-ups. For grown-ups who aren't discussing politics, or for grown-ups who are not representing my state or somebody else's state. It's just interesting how that works. I don't care what you do for entertainment. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care If you are a public servant, nobody should know or care about that. Same thing with teachers, babysitters, you name it. Don't give a shit. None of that should be important. Let me tell you a story, actually. This is how I feel about this in general. When I was young, when I was in my early 20s, I was in a band, and it was all women. And one of the women, it was really funny. She had a boyfriend, and we all were like, I don't think she likes him that much. This is kind of, And he lived out of state. She was living in a different state. And then while they were dating, she moved here and was staying with her dad until she got her stuff together and lived on her own. And he came to visit for a while. And the whole time we were like, well, that was really weird. It doesn't really seem like she likes him that much. He left. And then one day, right before practice, she was like, okay, I need to say something. And, we're like, what? And she's like, I think I'm bisexual. And then one of our friends chimed in, the other bandmate chimed in and goes, well, you have to like guys in order to be bisexual. And then we all burst out laughing. And that was how our friend came out as a lesbian. None of us gave a shit. And she even got a little ribbing in the mix. That's just. That's just how it was. Please tell us there's video of your band. I don't know. This was long. I mean, this was back in the days of MySpace. I know we have a bunch of pictures. I did have a copy of a demo we recorded, but it did get stolen from my car 10 years ago. So. I will have to research this. But if you look up Red Sonja, spelled with a Y and not a J, I wonder if we would find anything. Nope. We might have gone off into the abyss. I like to think some thief is jamming to your band right now. Oh, that would be really funny. I can't even remember what songs were on there. I think we had 3 or 4. I feel like there might have been 4. Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of MySpace. I found so much good obscure music that some still get stuck in my head today. I know, those were the days. Not the butt rug babies. Why do I not have this? It was back in 2007. Long time ago. But if somebody knows how to search archives of MySpace, we might be able to find it. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Red Sonja MySpace. Nope. Well, this says MySpace admits it has deleted all of your stuff. Okay, well, RIP. Is your MySpace profile still up? I'll find you. There was a point when Justin Timberlake bought MySpace and he revamped it and made it really confusing, to be honest. You would link. It was very weird. But you could sign in with your Facebook sign in. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, okay, well, yeah, we all owe MySpace Tom an apology. We really do. Those were the days. We miss you, Tom. Okay. Probably should wrap this up, huh? And then I'll probably just play the intro one more time and then leave. Colton's mom, where are you? Oh, man. Oh, I don't feel good. What was the musical style? What instruments do you play? Inquiring Minds. We were like a regular old like rock and roll band. I sang. We did play the Whiskey a Go-Go once. That was a fun time. Isabella live. I will stay. Well, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Go do a self-trust fall. Bye. I mean, I guess like there are a couple other things we could talk about, but I really should not be sitting still for too long. And then, did you cover Beach Boys? What do you mean, did I cover Beach Boys? Oh, did we cover a Beach Boys song? No. We covered Mother by Danzig, and we just did like the first, we did the first verse. How much of it did we do? Yeah, we did the first verse and the first chorus, and then it went into Hybrid Moments by Misfits. Hi, backhand. I was about to leave, but now the backhand's here. Oh, backhand. Backhand's here, so we have to show him the intro. The new. Okay. A beep, 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 beep. This is Penelope Show. Do, 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 do. We're do, no, no. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Penelope Show. That's your song. Thank you. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Beep, 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 beep. The Penelope Show. Oh. You couldn't give a shit about this, could you? Yeah. The rough part about that is that it's never guaranteed if Penelope's going to be here. So that's kind of like a bait and switch. Like, hey, look, it's a Penelope show, and then she's not here, you know? Does anyone else have tomorrow off for Juneteenth? I hope we all do. I thought it was so weird when that kicked in. Like the first time I had a Juneteenth off, I was like, what? I'm confused. I gotta be honest, I don't think people are gonna get it. Get what? It's the Penelope Show. What, that Penelope's my dog and I sing about her? What do you mean? I don't think people are gonna get it. What? I have a problem with Russell. Okay. That was 10 of 10. Thank you. So if you liked it, then choose the number 4 on the thing, you know, with the poll. Courtney, what are the final results of the poll? Well, the results right now, it's showing 19% hate it, 19% kind of hate it, 22% pretty much just want to remove me and only have Penelope in it, and then 41% say it's perfect. Do you have an account on archive.org? They have a copy of modifying retarded behavior. I do not have an account on there, but good to know. I'm sure it resonates with you and people familiar with you, but no one else is going to vibe with it. That's your own thing. Yeah, just accept Penelope as your personal savior already, Russell. I forgot to tell you guys this. Thank you, Chrissy's Boobs, for reminding me. I was looking at this house in Texas. This was years ago. But I was looking at this house in Texas that had like a canal for a backyard. So like there was like this, like, I guess like a corridor of homes, right? So my backyard would have been a deck and then a canal. And then I would see my neighbor's back deck, right? And so that was how it was all through this canal. And it was like a little maze. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I could get I could get a paddle board and I could put Penelope on it. And then as we like scooted through the canal, she could get off on the different decks. Cause I don't know. I think I've told you about this, how she like attacks with kisses. Like if she likes you, she will jump in your face and just like, and then you can't breathe. Multiple times I thought I was going to die that way, which was, it was beautiful. But, I thought, okay, so we could go through the canal and then people would lay down on the deck on their back, right? And then she could come up and attack their face with kisses. And that was how they would accept her as their savior. Like this is how I came up with this, like, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago. So that's how Penelope has been since the beginning of time. That's how we have, Courtney, how's your pain today? It's a lot better. I actually used a TENS unit on my back last night for like 4 hours. And then I walked the dogs and I did some planking today. And so it is feeling better. I need to do some more planks though, because I need to strengthen those muscles more. But I'm going to use the TENS unit again tonight. Hopefully that'll like completely eliminate it. The hell are you talking about? Holy shit, she used a 10 unit. Hell froze over. What are you talking about? I've used 10's unit like millions of times in the last, like since I got my first one like 10 years ago. 10 years ago? When did I get my first one? Like 7 years ago? Probably. I forget I have it, and sometimes I don't have electropads, and I can't just get them, so I have to wait until I can just get them. And yeah, sometimes when I use it, it doesn't even fucking work. Did you know that? No, because you don't listen. You are 100% lying here. Good night, mister. Every time I mentioned a TENS unit, I got yelled at. No, that's 100% not true. One time I told you that the muscle that was hurting the most, the fucking thing couldn't reach it. The electropad couldn't reach it because it was like the muscle pressed against my spine this way, so it couldn't reach it. And so oh no, I told you the truth and said it won't work because it wouldn't reach the muscle that hurt. I'm yelling at you. Anyway, should I put this guy in my intro?
Hey, honey, give me a song. Hey, honey, give me a song.
Frank! Where's my thing? Oh, crap, I lost it. Where is it? Oh, I will find you. I'm gonna find you. There it is. What did I come back into? So are you telling me that doesn't belong in the intro? Also, hold on, where is it? Boop, 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 boop. Let me take a minute. I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it in a minute. Oh, I gotta unbookmark that since I got a copyright claim for that. So dumb. Oh, unbookmark that because we're not talking about it anymore. And then I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. Oh, we haven't even said hi to Taylor Shabusiness. We're gonna say okay. Oh wait. We're gonna say hi to her in a minute. I have to find this other one first. And then we will say hi to Taylor Shabusiness. We're gonna find you. Boop, 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 boop. The Penelope Show. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. The Penelope Show. Beep, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, boop, boop. The Penelope Show. Man, I have a lot of stuff here saved for I've seen like 100 times already, but we got to keep it around just in case. Okay, here we go. Does this work? Cause you have farts in your butt and got poop in your pants and it stinks everywhere and it smells like poop and you fart on the cheeks and you fart on the cakes. You have farts in your butt, you got poop in your pants and it stinks everywhere and it stinks like poop. You fart on your cheeks and it you fart on the cakes. And it stinks everywhere, and it smells like poop. And you got farts in your butt, you got poop in your pants, and it stinks like poop. I think that works, yeah? What do you think? Frank. Thank you, Frank. Give her your money. Yeah. And you know, on that note, what was I just doing? Oh, this. Hey, I want your money. Give me your money. Super chat. Super chat. Give me all your money. 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 I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money. I want your money. Give me your money.
I wish somebody were funding me. I'm poor.
It's true. I've got a fever and the only prescription is WrestleMania. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boo. Oh, man. Oh, Penelope. Can you give us a song? I don't know. I feel like adding those lyrics to that song was pretty good. We got no money. We're poor too. That is very surprising to me, to be honest. I feel like you guys would have a lot more money, you know? Has anyone tried to get MA a membership? We've had two attempts today and zero memberships to MA. Frank S. And who did it go to? James R. I don't even see an option for channel activity. Does that mean that he's never... So if I don't see an option for channel activity, does that just mean that they don't interact? Yeah, because channel activity. And I go to this one. So they're not interacting. Oy vey. Well.
Sure.
And Judge, it sounds like just one witness. We're asking for sequestration, but that may be a moot point.
All right.
It is one witness, Your Honor.
We're off the
Off the
record.
record. We need to say hello to her at least once. God bless you, Taylor Shabusiness. What a gem. Okay. I need to feed the dogs, and then I need to re-edit this friggin' Ronnie Radke clip so I can actually post it, since I got friggin' claimed. And then I need to finish the new intro. So I have to go. Duty calls. How many people are left who aren't members? I don't know, but what we could do is just have somebody gift 675 memberships. That's an idea. Okay. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. We can talk about other stuff later. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Okay. That's all. I was just wondering. Ow. Yeah, my body hurts. I gotta go. Yeah, these guys are getting hungry. And then I'm going to try and get some work done. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. I believe we're going to do the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have an even newer intro tomorrow. Fart song. Okay, one more fart song. Cause you have farts in your butt and got poop in your pants and it stinks everywhere and it smells like poop and you fart on the cheeks and you fart on your butt and it stinks everywhere. Yeah. Cool. Well, we're gonna go, but yeah, I am very excited that Karen Reed was found not guilty on most charges, and her only sentencing for the OUI charge is a year of probation. I think with that comes like some like AA classes and stuff, but whatever. Great, that's going to be stuck in our head. I'm telling you though, it's a fucking banger. Okay, thank you. All right, so tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if I got that backwards. We'll just do this again, all right? Capiche? In the meantime, remember, nobody likes to do trust falls alone. I guess that just means we're having to do this again. Oh, no.
To an end, stars are fading, lights descend. Thank you for this time we spent. Memories shared, hearts will mend. We had such a great time here, laughter, love, and moments dear. Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will stand until rising tonight. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend, my heart will tend. Until the day we start anew. Forever hold on nice to you. Holy goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.